The election is not a path toward democracy, and it can't lead there.
I no longer dare to like or share anything on social media. You have to know the risks.
Hello and welcome to Daw Thar, a weekly podcast from the Frontier family about human rights stories from Myanmar. Myanmar's military regime claims its upcoming election, starting on December 28th, will be free and fair, and that it will lead to peace and democracy. But it is contradicting these assurances by arresting people who criticize the poll. Daw Thar, age 26, works as a teacher in Yangon. She lives in the school dormitory with her young son. Her husband died 2 years ago. In the past, she was active and outspoken on social media. 3 months ago, she posted comments online about her unhappiness at being told by the junta that she, like many other teachers across the country, would have to work at a polling station on election day. However, due to recent arrests of election critics by the junta, she no longer dares to comment on social media.
I have to remain silent when I think about my partner's safety and the risks to my life. It feels like I have no right to speak out about what I like or don't like. People don't like not having the freedom to speak openly on social media. When they know the authorities can hurt them at any moment, they stop posting or commenting on social media and only discuss things in person.
Daw Thar has even deleted her older social media posts over fears of arrest. She noted that people are living more discreetly, even among their peers, because of constant surveillance by the junta. With some armed anti-junta groups vowing to disrupt the voting, she is also worried about having to work at a polling station on election day.
The situation could be bad at polling stations in major cities like Yangon. I'm worried about trouble occurring when I have to be on duty at the polling place, no matter how much the government says is to help the election. Resistant groups are infiltrating cities and taking up positions nearly everywhere, so people are afraid. It's not just the resistant groups that scare me. I'm also worried about danger to my life. If the military council invents stories about voter fraud and blames teachers for miscounting votes like they did in the last election.
In July, shortly after the regime announced that the first phase of the election would be held on December 28th, with subsequent phases in January, it enacted the Law on the Protection of Multi-Party Democratic General Elections from Obstruction, Disruption, and Destruction. The law stipulates that individuals who interfere with or sabotage the election will face punishment ranging from 3 years to life imprisonment, or even the death penalty in cases that result in fatalities. Since then, authorities have arrested and prosecuted dozens of individuals who have campaigned or spoken out against the election, joined protests, hung posters, or posted criticism on social media. According to the Assistance Association for Political Prisoners, as of mid-November, 85 people had been arrested under the new law. The detainees included minors aged 14 to 17, while 3 people aged 19 to 24 were sentenced to nearly 50 years each for charges related to opposing the election. Movie director Mike T., actor Ko Min Thu, and comedian On Dang were arrested at their homes in late October after they posted online criticism of an election awareness video. They were each sentenced to 7 years imprisonment. Director Aung Chan Lu was also arrested for criticizing the same video. Ko Min Thu, 37, is a resident of Yangon Sanchang Township who was stopped and searched by regime troops while traveling in the city center. After checking his phone, they arrested him because his social media accounts showed that he had liked posts from organizations and individuals opposed to the election, including some news agencies. He was released only after paying a bribe. He said he was never given the chance to explain himself while he was detained.
I didn't get a chance to explain why I liked or shared the posts. The regime has orders in place that specify certain actions, and they show no mercy. I'm now living much more cautiously.
He said that since his arrest, authorities have been watching him closely. He is now afraid to use social media.
They have a special app they use to monitor us. It feels like they're constantly investigating us, as if they're even listening to private conversations between me and my brother. I no longer dare to like or share anything on social media. You have to know the risks. If I fail to avoid them, I'll be the one who suffers. We live in fear. Many people in Yangon are scared, just like me.
One member of a political party preparing to contest the election reiterated the cautious approach most people are taking on social media.
We are now limited to giving likes only among people in our own circle. We're all scared. Only those living abroad risk posting about these issues. We also have to consider that there might be people within our own community who don't like us. If you provoke someone and they inform the authorities that you have done something, you will face consequences. Now, anyone who is unhappy with you has the means to cause trouble.
A human rights lawyer denounced the arrests of those critical of the election, noting that the regime's failure to protect freedom of speech shows that the ballot will be neither fair nor free.
The election is being held to establish a dictatorship, so they might kill or arrest members of the public to achieve the results they want. Yet they still claim the election they're going to hold is democratic. The election is not a path toward democracy, and it can't lead there. With the way they're doing things now, arrests, jail sentences, and similar actions, they will be able to establish complete dictatorship.
Teacher Daw Thar said the election is not for the people, but rather for the military regime to consolidate its own power.
Even though they are holding this election, the people are busy struggling to make ends meet. People see the election as the military regime just dancing to their own tune, performing a show with no audience. They just see the regime doing whatever they want, but the people don't have the election on their minds.
Thanks for listening to this edition of Daw Thar. This project on human rights reporting is supported by Fondation Hirondelle with the help of our donors. This episode is produced by freelance journalist Tun Daut. Some names and voices may have been changed to protect contributors. We would welcome your feedback on social media, and please follow or subscribe to our pages. You can listen to our podcasts via the Daw Thar Facebook page. They can also be found on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and Telegram. Please tune in again next week.